Hi, welcome to Rising Vibration. This reading is for Taurus. This is for if you have a former Taurus sun, moon, rising sign, or Venus who betrayed you in the past few months, let's say 6 months, and you're trying to figure out how to recover from the betrayal. This could be a betrayal around a relationship, infidelity, cheating. We're going to have a look at kind of why it happened, where they are now, and how you can quickly recover from this event. So this is for if you're dealing with a Taurus cheater who left you basically for someone else, and how you can cope with this. So at the head of the reading, the main and primary issue, we have the Chariot Major Arcana for how you feel about the event. We have the Eight of Wands for how they feel about the event. We have Major Arcana, the Hermit. For the event itself, from your perspective, we have the Major Arcana, Hierophant. For what happened, the event from their perspective, we have in the event, cheating or the betrayal, we have the Five of Swords. For what you can do, we have the Four of Pentacles. For how they feel about the whole event, on their side, we have the Nine of Wands, and then below we're going to have kind of a view of where you are now. We have the Page of Cups and we have the Wheel of Fortune, and for where they are right now in their life, we have the Three of Swords, and finally we have Major Arcana, the Star. And for the final outcome, we have the Nine of Swords. So overall, if you are dealing with a Taurus who betrayed you, it seems to me that there were issues of control and power. Perhaps the Taurus wanting to take control of your decisions, you feeling like you had less control in your life, or them feeling like they wanted to be consistently in the power position and less willing to compromise. It feels like this is very one-sided. One side was displaying, and this is on your side. This is more the Taurus perspective. One side seemed to be more focused on trying to keep the relationship together, trying to keep the relationship intact, a respect for commitment, a respect for longevity and for the long haul, and making a lot of sacrifices, whereas more on the Taurus side, it seems to be more self-serving, more wanting to be the winner. Five of Swords, more of a perspective of wanting to be correct, wanting to be right, wanting to win disputes. And so the infidelity or the betrayal may have happened more of a perspective, it feels like almost like a payback, wanting to pay you back, or even wanting to punish you in some respect. Now, where are we now in all of this? It seems to me like the Taurus, especially if there have been a lot of argumentation around this, a lot of arguments in a very combative standpoint. If there's arguments over money and resources, it's the Four of Coins. Perhaps you're trying to hit them financially or withhold something from them that they treasure or they want, or they're on guard trying to protect their resources. It could be financial or even physical resources. A big concern for the Taurus right now with this Nine of Wands seems to be trying to protect resources or protect themselves, and they feel like they're exposed in a way. It feels more like you're in the power position in this regard. If you're on the other side of this with this Page of Cups and Wheel of Fortune, it feels like you're more in the power position where you can exert some type of control over them, or control over the finances, control over the bank account. Even if they're trying to ask you for forgiveness or they're trying to reconnect with you, it's like you have the control over the contact. And this is really bothering them, especially with the Three of Swords and the Star. It feels like perhaps if there were issues of control, they feel now out of control, or like they've lost control. Nine of Swords. And this may very well be the case. You know, if you had this hanging over someone's head that you have cheated or that you've betrayed them, and now it's out in the open. You have lost the type of control, the major arcana of the Chariot. You have lost this control because now the cheater has lost control, because now the person who was cheated on or the person who was betrayed can take action. They can take swift action, 8 of Wands. They can change their course of action. Even though the arrows go in one direction, now that once they hit the ground and they find their point, they find their mark, you can pick up one of those arrows or all of them and start shooting them off in a different direction. And that's what it feels like to me. Like the Taurus is worried about their former partner or the person who they cheated on moving on without them now. They lose complete control over you once you make that decision that you don't need them, or that you're moving on now in a different direction. Wheel of Fortune, you're moving in a different direction in your life. So finally, let's pull a few more to see kind of where they are. If they have left you for the person that they cheated with, I can tell you right now, they do not seem to be satisfied or happy in that situation. It's not measuring up, major arcana of the Star. It's not turning out to be what they expected, 3 of Swords. And they can be wanting the Hierophant, major arcana. They can be wanting solid union back with you again, but they know that they, especially if you're taking control and putting your foot down and saying, no, I have to treasure my core values and belief systems, and I don't expect this, and I don't accept this. I deserve to be respected, and I'm not putting up with this. They're in trouble. They're in trouble, because that seems like the energy that the Taurus is dealing with, that they can't get away with this, that they're not going to get away with this, and that whoever they cheated with isn't turning out to be what they expected or what they wanted. So this is if you have a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus who cheated. Finally, what we have in terms of kind of where they are now, we have the 6 of Cups. That's them feeling like they're missing the past. We have the major arcana, Temperance. Again, and we have the the 7 of Cups. If you've told them that you're moving on without them, they're very concerned about it. They realize that they're single and they're alone now, and they perhaps do not want to they feel overwhelmed by the prospect of being single again, even though they may have been the driving force behind this. They're searching more for a union right now. So that's what I have if you're dealing with a Taurus who cheated or betrayed you for the month of May 2018. I hope that you like, shared, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.